The Planet Fitness Mayorathon race series kicked off with the Louisville Pure Tap 5K. There's exciting movement with the community care campus and Metro government's work to end homelessness in our community. And the Louisville Fire Department remembers the victims of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. All that and more on Louisville This Week. I'm John Ramsey, Director of City Partnerships. The community care campus is becoming a reality that will make it easier for people experiencing homelessness to get connected with the resources and services they need to get off the streets, get healthy, get housing, and get on with building new lives.
Welcome to the home of the future community care campus.
Volunteers of America provides integrated care throughout our community, from affordable housing to behavioral health services for some of the most vulnerable in our community. And we've been doing so now for more than 127 years. And like all of you, every day we see how homelessness has increased on our city streets, and the need for more housing services has become even more urgent. My colleagues and I are ready and eager to address this challenge and opportunity for our city head on by managing the C3.
And it's not only about housing, it's about providing critical services in one place that truly wraps around an entire individual, young person, family, and sets them on a path to stable housing in the future. Because ultimately what I've learned is that it's not enough to provide housing in a moment. Folks need support to be able to maintain that housing. And our great partners like the VOA are doing just that, helping us make sure that individuals are able to maintain and are set up on a path for success.
And during the mayor's weekly press conference, he mentioned a new addition to his administration.
I'm thrilled to announce that starting on Monday, September 16th, my administration will be welcoming a new communications director to work closely with our other great colleagues that we have, Kevin and Casey and others Jody, who are here with us today, and others. She is passionate about Louisville. She is excited about the priorities of our administration. She knows many of our colleagues throughout Louisville Metro government well. So please join me in welcoming our new communications director, Allison Martin.
My dad was a longtime public servant, county judge executive for many years in Glasgow. My mom, late mother, was a public school teacher, and they believed in the power of how government could come together and help people, and they believed in the value of all people. And that is the reason why I'm here today, because I believe and I know that Mayor Greenberg shares those same priorities, and I am so thrilled.
The Louisville Fire Department held a ceremony honoring those lost in the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attacks.
Attention all units, attention all units. Today we lower our flags to half-staff and pause for a moment of silence to honor the memory of fallen firefighters and first responders who made the ultimate sacrifice responding to the World Trade Center on September 11, 2001. We recall their courage, compassion, and dedication to duty as they willingly advanced toward danger rather than retreat. We also honor the memory of our fallen brother and sister firefighters, police officers, emergency medical personnel, and service men and women who have given their lives before and since that day protecting others. Today, we recognize you and we thank you. Your legacy and the standard you established is our greatest inheritance. We will never forget.
Engine 23 is in service.
Engine 23 in service at 1031.
The heroes of that day showed us that while hatred and evil might rule a single day, they hold no power over Americans' love of country and our love of each other, our fellow citizens. These are the lessons we must remember and teach to the next generation of Americans.
To the men and women of Louisville Fire and all of our first responders, one of the great privileges of serving as mayor is to serve alongside each of you, to call you colleagues in our service to Louisville. I've gotten to see you all in action so many times, and I'm always impressed and always grateful.
Think about September 12th, 2001. The way that we came together as a nation, the way that we looked out for one another, that's how we honor their memory. You see that her blinker's on, let her in. What's the big deal? You're gonna be 2 seconds later? Open the door for everyone. Pick up the phone and call that friend or family member that you have not spoken with for far too long. Because tomorrow is promised to no one. We have no idea what tomorrow might hold, but we do have right now. Don't waste it.
The birthing place at Mary and Elizabeth Hospital will be the first facility for baby deliveries west of I-65 since 1974.
I'm Melissa Adkins, the CEO of Mary and Elizabeth Hospital. And, I want you to think about 9 months. A lot can happen in 9 months. And for us at this facility, today marks the 9-month countdown for our new birthing place. This newly renovated $20 million labor and delivery center will welcome expectant families from all across Louisville and hopefully beyond for the first time since 1974. Maternity services at the birthing place come at a special time in history as we are celebrating 150 years of caring for families on this side of Louisville. This project would not be possible without the $8.25 million grant that was generously granted by the Louisville Metro government.
It was so needed and so very important to the people west of I-65, especially the women and families. But without the vision of Tom Miller and Melissa Atkins, it wouldn't have happened. So I really appreciate your all's commitment and what you have done to make this a possibility today.
Today, as we break ground and break down this wall, the birthing place, we symbolize our commitment to eliminating barriers to women's health care. Our midwives will provide exceptional care to women and their growing families at Mary and Elizabeth Hospital. They will be supported by our downtown maternal fetal medicine providers and a level 3 NICU. We eagerly anticipate the opening of the birthing place late next spring, bringing labor and delivery services closer to home for many families.
We look forward to delivering our first babies 9 months from now, which is exciting. And but right now, it's time to swing some sledgehammers. So let's go tear something up.
If you're looking for a place to play pickleball, then head on over to Riverview Park.
They were really excited about what we have behind us. We have our pickleball courts. Excited to have 4 pickleball courts. I heard this early on, and the original people were saying to me, well, we need to convert the tennis courts up at the courthouse to have pickleball courts up there. But we use those tennis courts, and a lot of our schools use those tennis courts, so that really wasn't possible. So we changed and started looking at where else can we put them, and this is a perfect place to put them in an area of the park that isn't overly used, and now will be used much more greatly. And we're also thankful to be able to afford to have the lights too installed, so that allows us to, as the days get shorter and the nighttime happens sooner, it will allow us the opportunity to use the pickleball courts much more frequently.
The Planet Fitness Mayorathon series of races kicked off with the Louisville Pure Tap 5K. It was a great turnout for the race. The Planet Fitness Marathon Series will continue with the Bourbon and Beyond 5K on Saturday, September 21st, followed by the Norton Sports Health 4 Miler Spooktacular on Monday, September 30th, and the Race the Runway 502K on Bowman Field Saturday, November 16th. The Wilderness Road Senior Center is full of interesting Louisvillians, and Metro TV is happy to bring you their stories.
I have a musical family. Yolanda was just asking me how long I had been in music. I've been in music just about all my life. I guess I was always going to be a teacher, didn't realize it. I have directed choirs ever since 1944. I think I directed my first choir. It was called the Junior Utopia Choir. I don't know why they selected me to be one of the directors, but I knew music and I was able to teach other kids, around me. This part and that part. Goodness, time flies. I even have a grandson, Jason Claiborne, professional gospel artist now. My daughter is a songwriter and she started a group herself. My joy is helping other people. So I enjoy teaching, I enjoy singing, I enjoy teaching music, I enjoy sharing with people. Somebody asked, what is life? And I said, well, life is the dash, the time between your birth and your death, and what you do in that period of time, that's your life, and it's what you make it.
A discussion of TARC and the future of public transportation in Louisville was the subject of this month's Louisville Forum.
Today's program is about TARC and the future of public transportation in Louisville. Here to discuss TARC, its challenges and its future are its leaders Rob Stevens and Alex Pazorski.
Thank you for having us today. We're looking forward to sharing information with you about the TARC 2025 concepts and this Moving Together plan. Take your questions and be able to kind of hopefully move forward a discussion that you find worthwhile and productive today.
The reason why TARC has launched into this process is because I think most of us in this room are aware we are facing, as the intro referenced, some very serious financial challenges. This isn't a conversation that can happen behind closed doors when you're talking about that level of potential cuts. This is something that you need to be going out to all sectors of the community to say, ultimately, what are the priorities? What are the goals? What is the most important thing that our transportation system needs to be accomplishing? And we need to structure a plan around that.
You can watch the Louisville Forum right here on Metro TV each Wednesday at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Looking for employment? Louisville Metro government held a job fair recently, but they're still looking to fill several positions.
Our turnout today was even better than our last. We are having our annual job fair. This is the first fair that we've had in the fall. So normally we have a spring career fair, and we're just looking to fill all of our vacancies.
It's a new position for Department of Transportation.
And we welcome our community to come out and apply for Metro positions. They can apply real time, talk to the departments that have positions available. Our turnout today has been amazing. Within an hour, we had over 100 individuals that came out looking for a job. So we've had a really great turnout today. We are always hiring for public safety positions. Those are open and continuous. That would be with police, fire, corrections, and EMS. Those positions are always posted. Go to louisvilleky.gov and apply on our website through NeoGov.
While you point out each hill we pass and the angels look on from above, each mile we pass the more I feel your voice washing over me. It's like a stereo of steel. Why don't we settle in to the cracks in the pavement where the water bends and lives? We can make our home where the road begins. As you sing to me just like the stereo steel, the stereo steel.
On Louisville's Give for Good Day, the Louisville Asset Building Coalition held their Chili for Good fundraiser. The Louisville Asset Building Coalition works to build financial literacy and stability for Louisvillians.
We absolutely look forward to this event every year, and we've been talking and planning and staying awake at night trying to find ways to make it a success. We not only want to raise money, but we want the chili and chili dogs to be delicious.
I've never really had bad food come down here when they've done their fundraisers. The other thing is I always love to support the community in any way I can, and it doesn't matter what the cause is.
LABC does the free taxes around the city, and we got over 15 sites that we help during tax season, and during off season we still help do the taxes, but we do them out of one site, which is here at 701 West Ormsby.
We're a nonprofit. We operate just on donations and grants, and the more money you all help us with, the more people we can help in the community.
It helps with materials, help with volunteers. Most of our workers are volunteers, and they work literally full-time hours helping get those taxes done. We also do financial savvy classes for our youth, for our middle school and high school students. And without the help for the Give for Good campaign, we don't know if we would be open with that many sites.
When I saw the chili cook-up sign going up, I was like, I've been planning on it for quite a while. I've been waiting for it to show up. So it's finally here, and I'm finally glad to be down here to get some of it.
We love it. It's once a year, and trust me, they wait, and they be like, we doing chili again this year? We doing chili again this year. So it is a big hit, and we just enjoy doing it. And we love what we do, so that makes a difference.
Roses are commonly known to be difficult to raise, but for one local man, they're a hobby he truly enjoys.
I'm Tom Lehman. I have two gardens. I have one back here behind the house and one out in front of my house. This one is kind of special because of the site of it is overlooking the Ohio River. Immediately across the river you can see the Charlestown State Park. That originally was an ammunition plant during World War II. Originally this was all wooded land. This original garden had there was a severe drop-off down the hill towards Rose Island Road. And so in order to put in this garden, we had to put in a retaining wall. That way this garden is basically a raised bed. The other feature about the location is that it has a different microenvironment than the roses out in the front yard. Look across the river, you're looking straight west at Indiana. So here on my right is the north side of this lot, and you can see it's full of trees, and that creates a wall to protect this garden from the harsh north winds in the winter. And as a result, I believe this garden is healthier in the spring than the garden out front that has to face those north winds. That is, the blooms show up here earlier, and there's usually less winter damage to the bushes. People always ask me why I got into roses, and that's because I like color. Roses here in the Louisville area have 3 bloom cycles. So we get a first bloom around Memorial Day, another one in the summer, and then another one late in the fall. So we have color from Memorial Day to Halloween. As I was interested in doing roses, I talked to some friends that had some roses and asked their advice, and then I mentioned to them that my brother had a neighbor that has beautiful roses in his front yards and many, many bushes. And then somebody said, well, why don't you go ask him how to grow roses? And so I went to see my brother's neighbor, Jim Preston, and he spent 2 hours with me showing me everything about starting roses, growing roses, grooming roses, and preparing them for rose shows. Jim is a very prominent rosarian, had won many, many awards for his roses, and is also a judge for the American Rose Society. So I mainly got interested then in exhibition roses, because after that I took a rose to Bowling Green and won a King Prize. And so that inspired me, and so I really started loading my yard up with exhibition type roses. One of the advantages of having roses is you can cut them and give them to friends. And the first thing they do is they pick up the vase, bring it up to their face so that they can smell the fragrance of the roses. But the exhibition roses have been bred to have perfect form for when you're showing them, and they don't have very good fragrance, most of them. When we're looking for roses, we're looking for roses that have, when you look down from the top, a nice circular to them. And from the side, they're open. The outside petals are down to level, and they have a pinpoint center. One of the things we do with grooming, if we have a rose that's not perfect shape, we can put little pom-pom cotton balls between the petals and kind of help reshape the rose to look more circular. We also might use cotton Q-tips and to help show the rose as being ready, beautiful, round, but still maintaining that perfect center. Roses are really pretty hardy. Everybody is kind of afraid to try to grow roses, but it's not that difficult, but they do require some care. So to make it easier for me, I have a little irrigation system where each rose bush has a dripper, and they get their water, and I can also put fertilizer into the system so I can feed and water them automatically on a timer, which helps a great deal. And then what I'm looking for maybe too are roses that are not open now, but if I were lucky, this little tiny bud by Saturday might open up and be just the perfect timing to show it at the rose show. This bush here, I believe, is infected with a rosette virus. And you can tell by looking at the rose that it has a dark red, purple canes. The buds are wicked looking, misformed or malformed. And this name also for rose rosette disease is witch's broom. The mite can be carried from one bush to the other by the wind blowing. And so if you get rose rosette on one bush, you could wipe out your whole garden. So if you recognize the rose rosette, the thing to do is to cover it with a large leafing garden bag so you're not spreading anything. Dig it up and dispose of it well away from your garden.
We continue introducing you to the Louisville Metro Council members as we meet District 16 Councilman Scott Reed.
Hi, I'm Scott Reed. I'm the Metro Councilman for the 16th District Metro Council District. I was first elected to the Metro Council in November of 2016 and was sworn into office January 2017. I'm a proud JCPS graduate, having attended Wagner High School, and I graduated from the University of Louisville. After graduating from U of L, I worked at my family's printing business, VG Reed & Sons, which is located in West Louisville and is a certified national hub zone print fulfillment company employing more than 100 persons. Since joining the Metro Council, I've served in several leadership positions, including caucus leadership and as a ranking member of the Planning and Zoning Committee, Government Accountability and Oversight, and I'm also participating in the community's Commission for Persons with Disabilities. I'm a member of Northeast Christian Church in District 16, having served many years as a musician, drummer, for the praise team. I'm raising a college-age son and my daughter is an attorney working in New York City. District 16 is in the northeast portion of Jefferson County. Starting at just east of Zorn Avenue, the district runs until you reach Oldham County. The Ohio River is the northern border to the district, and Brownsboro Road, US 22, is essentially the district's southeastern border. District 16 is home to numerous parks and amenities. Starting west on River Road, you can visit Cox and Thurman Hutchins Park, as well as the Patriots Peace Memorial. Going east, we are home to Hayes Kennedy Park, which hosts the champion Louisville Cricket Club. To the north, we have shopping destinations like the Paddock Shops. Locust Grove is in the center of District 16 and is a historic site. It was the final home of George Rogers Clark, the founder of Louisville. We are also home to suburban cities such as Rolling Fields, Indian Hills, Glenview, Barber Mead, and Prospect, just to name a few. District 16 is home to several great schools such as Dunn Elementary, Norton Commons Elementary, Virginia Chance School, and Kentucky Country Day. To learn more about District 16, you can reach me at 574-1116 or via email at scott.reed@louisvilleky.gov.
Bourbon and Beyond comes to Louisville September 19th through the 22nd, and Louder Than Life is a week later. Metro TV was out on the street asking people what band they've most enjoyed seeing at one of Louisville's many music festivals.
Yeah, Carrie Ellis. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I went to Forecastle Festival, and I really enjoyed the Team Pain set that they had there, and also really enjoyed listening to Weezer.
We went to Bourbon and Beyond back before COVID, like probably in 2020 or something like that. We seen Luke Bryan. It had like 20, 30 different bands there, you know, but it was like one of the first ones they had here in Louisville. It was a great show too.
James Thomas. We went to the World Fest and we saw Appaladen and
Precious Perez.
It's pretty cool.
Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio keeps you informed on all things JCPS with his weekly update.
Hey, good afternoon, JCPS. Happy Friday. I hope you had a great week. We were able to showcase some of our great things this week from visitors from Central Arkansas. So 4 districts from Central Arkansas and the Little Rock area who are trying to implement the Academies model at their middle and high schools like we have came to see the great work that we're doing. That's when I know we're doing great stuff, when we've become a national model, when other districts are coming in to see us. Thank you to our high schools and middle schools. They came in and visited high schools like Seneca and J-Town to see the wonderful work we're doing with our students that's leading to incredible outcomes like post-secondary readiness rates like we've never seen before and graduation rates. So thanks for our schools team for all their work to highlight the Academies model and the Explore Pathways here in JCPS. Also, I was a part of a ribbon cutting, a ceremony. Junior Achievement of Kentuckiana celebrated its 75th anniversary this week, and just what a great organization that partners with JCPS to provide great services for K through 12. And so they've had 1.5 million students in 75 years, about 1 million of those being JCPS students coming through their programs, making a difference. We're proud to be partners with Junior Achievement. Also, thank you to Butler High School students who were honoring the victims of 9/11 by putting 3,000 American flags in their schoolyard. Just once again shows the great work that JCPS students are doing all across our community. Once again, thank you to our Butler students. And finally, more great news. Congratulations. We had 32 high school students who were honored as National Merit semifinalists in JCPS from 5 different high schools. That's about the highest honor you can receive as a high school student, National Merit semifinalists. Great job to those 32 students. They're going to be doing unbelievable things in the future. So rest up this weekend, have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Louisville Metro Animal Services has dogs and cats just waiting to become your new best friend. Thank you for watching. Please share Metro TV with your friends and ask them to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or X, and download our Roku, Apple TV, or Amazon Fire TV apps. Have a wonderful week.